Hi there folks, my name's Novoin24 and welcome to another little tutorial for FSX. So today we are looking at FSX AICarriers 2 in FSX Steam Edition. So the original release of Lamont Clark's AICarriers has been around for, AICarriers 2 has been around for quite a number of years now and is a great add-on used by a lot of people for their carrier traps and things like that and all the fun little naval exercises and stuff like that. However, with the evolution of Windows and other things and FSX Steam Edition as well, sometimes it's a bit, the original release was a bit, shall we say, unreliable. So, fortunately, a very talented young developer has actually pioneered and created and converted it over from the Java-based scripting it originally was over to .NET compatibility. So we're going to have a look at that one today, and we're going to fire that one up, and we're going to go through installing it and go through things like that. So first off, you're going to need to grab your AICarriers. So this has been released by Ollie AU. So as I said, thank you very much to this guy for his work to actually convert it over to the .NET port. Now, as you can see here, the actual functionality is exactly the same as the original AICarriers program, and all the fun stuff like that. It launches into FSX as well, just as per normal. However, he does use it to, instead of using Java, it now targets the dotNet4 framework profile as well. So nice and easy. He hasn't updated it, or anything like that. All he's done is produces an alternative, and it works very, very nicely and far more reliably in FSX Steam Edition. And also has been, he's also said that he's worked it and you've got it working in Lockheed Martin's Prepared 3D and version 2, so we shall see if it works in version 3 now that that's just come out. But anyway, that's another thing. The second part of this tutorial as well today is that I'll also show you how to get some high definition carriers into your FSX experience as well. Now for that you will need a second file. So the first file you're going to need is the AICarriers.net file, which you can download from just here, AICarriers.zip. And the second file that you need is the HD textures for Nimitz and for the Nimitz class. Or Nimitz and Eisenhower specifically. So for this one, go to Symbiation, search for this little string here, so USS Nimitz _Nimitz _Ike _ version 2, search for that, and then you're looking for this file here that was uploaded in 2011. So this one, it gives us high definition textures and some new carrier models as well to actually make things look a lot cooler, fully compatible with the AICarriers too. So again, this has been around for a while, but it looks pretty cool with some creator decks and stuff like that. So these are the two files you want to grab. Alright, so once you've downloaded those, let's have a look here. I'll bring up my download file here. Here we go. Okay, so we've got two files here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to extract these. So just go through here, so I'll extract them there. There we go. Alright, doesn't take too long. Alright, so first things first. You can go into AICarriers. Alright, so this one here. Now, although it's got an exe in here, it doesn't actually run as an installer. This actually will run alongside what you want for your FSX. So it's not an installer or anything, it's just an executable that will run alongside FSX. So what you need to do is you need to move this directory to somewhere that you are going to remember. So what I like to do is I like to keep all my FSX utilities and stuff like that together in one place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here. Now I've got a dedicated drive just to my FSX. Actually not quite dedicated, it does also have my Elite Dangerous on there, so yeah, but that's uninstalled at the moment. Anyway, side note. Alright, so first things first, I have a little utilities folder. So this is where I put things like my track IR and various other utilities that I use for my experience. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste that one here. There we go, okay. So that's our AICarriers there. So now it's always important to look at the README files and stuff like that. But the thing that you're going to need to look at is you're going to need to look at this one. So this is an XML file. Now there's another file that you need to edit to actually make all this stuff work. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this one. Now always with XML files, just a little tip, open them with Notepad so it doesn't actually sort of mess stuff around. Alright, so this is what you get here. So this is an example exe.xml that comes with FSX. Alright, but what we're going to do is we need to find, of course, where is our actual exe.xml that comes with Steam Edition. Alright, so I'm going to move that out of the way for a second. fire up new one of these. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our C drive. Now this will be the same for all users as well, by the way. Well, mostly the same anyway. So you're going to go to users, and you're going to find your profile as well. So it doesn't install across locally, it is just a local one. So then you look for that. You look for app data. Now if you can't see your app data, you will need to make sure that you can see hidden files and folders. Okay, and I won't sort of go through that one. There's plenty of YouTube and online tutorials for that. So you want to go to app data, you want to go to roaming, you want to look for Microsoft, and you're going to look for FSX. Now slight variations here. If you have dual installs of FSX and FSX Steam Edition, you'll be looking for FSX-SE. But as I only run one install of FSX, which is just my Steam install, it's just got this one here. So we go into here. Now, piece of advice: always back up your XMLs. Always back them up. Okay, so I've already done this one. So simply all I did was I went there, went copy, and then I went paste. Okay, I'll just do it again just for shits and gigs. Okay, so it just gives me a backup there. Okay, so you know you've always got a backup, so in case something goes horribly wrong, you can always just restore it. Alright, now let's edit this one. Alright. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put these side by side. Okay, so as you can see, I've already got a few add-ons here that you can see. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add our AICarriers to this. Now we're just going to go to the bottom of the thing here, so where it says launch, the last launch add-on before it goes, last launch.addon before it goes to the /sim based document. So we're going to put a return in there. Now we're going to go over to this one, and we're going to go over here, and we are going to go from the launch add-on section. Okay, so we are going to go here, and we're going to copy this one. So copy and paste. Alright, so there we go, we got that there. Now of course we need to actually put the path to our AICarriers exe in here as well. So we now go back to our folder, we go up here, and we copy this one. So this will be the directory or the folder wherever you put it. Okay. And now we highlight this part here and paste. Okay, and don't forget to put your final slash in there as well. Alright, there we are, we're done. Okay, so now we need to save this one. Oop. Save, close that one, cool, alright. So we are almost ready to launch. So this will launch the actual, so this will now auto launch the executable as you fire up your FSX, so that's always good. Now the second part we need to do, of course, is that we now need to also get our high definition carriers in here. Now if you just want the standard FSX carrier with the ability to do the catapults and traps, then you can stop here. That's it, all good, you're done. But if you want to actually get your high definition carriers, which I highly recommend, then jump into, so this is the other zip file we downloaded, we extracted here, so we'll jump into here. Excuse me. Alright, so you get all this stuff here. So the first thing here is you need to grab these three folders, and we need to copy those. Alright. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to our FSX directory. So this is where I have my Steam Edition FSX installed. So you go into whatever you've called the folder, Steam Apps, then you go into Common, FSX. Now the great thing is that Javi actually made sure that the file structure of this was already preset. So all you need to do, into the top level FSX directory, right click and paste. And it'll take a few moments because it's about 300, it's just over 300 megs, so it will take a few minutes to go over. There we are, all done. Okay, so my copy is all in place. Now if you want to check to make sure it's installed, go into your sim objects, go into your boats, and then you'll be looking for USS Nimitz. There we go, and it is all there for you. Cool, done, awesome. Alright, now we're not quite there yet. We're close, but we're not quite. Now this is where, again, it's got a README file here, but this is what you need to grab. So this config file is actually what tells the AICarriers to operation, the actual executable, to actually find where to find the ships, where to find all the vessels, and actually place it into your AI, into your actual simulation. So we want to copy this one. Now then we want to go to back to the directory where we've got our AICarriers installed, and you need to look for this directory here, so conf.d. Alright, so jump in there. Alright, so we have a look at this one. So this one's got, bleh, what that did. That was weird. I wonder why I did that. Strange. Anyway, that's the default one that comes in, so that shows you adds in the acceleration carriers, or acceleration ships that were there. Now you want to paste this one here. So this is the file that we copied before, the config file, cvn_68_69.cfg. Okay, so that's all done. So this, as I said, this goes through the little syntax of actually go to get your carriers in there, and you see the various different names in here and titles, which we'll see in the sim in just a moment. So that's it. We're now ready to go. Alright, so we'll close these windows. And we shall fire up our FSX. We'll see how we go. Alright, now you may notice that as you get more and more add-ons in, you'll start seeing lots of these boxes up. Now this is going back to what we showed before in the exe.xml. So these are all the different entries in there. So these are things that actually allow you, FSX is asking to fire up alongside FSX. So for example, we've got the Air Alaska add-on there. Wait. Go on there. Active Sky. That's my EasyDock, and here we are, the new AICarriers exe. Now this box will come up the first time you do it. Just go run, and you go yes, you want to trust it. This just means that you won't get those last two boxes every other time. Now I won't run my TAC pack this time. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick little flight, and we're going to give this a bit of a play. Alright. So you can, of course, it's pretty much any carrier aircraft is suitable for this one. But today I'm going to take into the skies with the T-45 Goshawk. So this is an excellent quality freeware aircraft available from Dino Catanea. I'll put the link in the description down below as well. So we'll select that one. Alright, now let's get an airfield that I know is going to be close to the coast. So let's go IBCG. Yeah, Gold Coast International. We're just going to fire on the active runway. Alright, so we got during the daytime. Excellent. Okay. Now let's fly now. Alrighty, so here we are. We are set up at the Gold Coast airport, just off the coast, just on the coast of Queensland here. So we're going to get our little T-45 ready. So first thing is we're going to arm our ejection seat. Alright, now a couple of things before we get started. So first thing is we're going to go up to here. Actually, before we do this, sorry, one thing you need to do. So one thing that the AI ships, AICarriers looks for is that it needs to reference itself when it comes to the maps and VOR and the sort of waypoints and stuff that are preloaded in FSX. So what you need to do before you start anything, just to make sure things don't go pear-shaped, go to World and go to Map. Now, this may seem like odd, but you do want to make sure that you've ticked the green button there, okay, and that you're actually able to see everything. So what it does is it loads all the waypoints that you need to load. So once you've loaded that and you clicked OK and you come back to your cockpit, you now go to Add-ons, AI Ships, go to show hide menu. Alright, so what we want is that we're looking for, so this will give you the list of all the stuff. So what it's doing is it's reading the initial config file, it's reading the expansion, and it's reading the other config file that we put in as well. So you can put whatever config files you like in there and it will allow you to do it. So as you can see, it's recognized all our cool stuff. So what we want to do is we're going to put up let's do something different. Most of the time you'll do the empty deck, so you and your friends can operate on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a recovery configuration of a single carrier. Okay, now you can either put it here, you can put it in front of you, so if you're flying you can just sort of spawn one and go, or we want to go facility waypoint. So one here that I know from when we're looking at the map, this one's just off the coast, so we'll put out that one there. Alright, so that's us ready to go now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves ready for takeoff, and we're going to head out. Now, one of the other things, if you ever get lost and you can't find your carrier, what you can do is you can go request position, and it will tell you where it is. So the fleet is 4 and a bit nautical miles, 45 degrees from our current position. Alright, and complete with GPS, or latitude and longitude as well. Alright, let's fire this one up. Let's get this beautiful aircraft into the air. Alright, let's bring the throttles forward and brakes off. Watch down the runway. Climb out. There we go. Flaps up and off we go. Alright, so we know that our carrier fleet's going to be over this way somewhere. So let's go out and have a wander and have a look. And lo and behold, there is our carrier. So by default, when the carrier fleet spawns in, it will be spawned in on course of due north, magnetic north, so 0 degrees. Now we've got this one with minimal wind today, so that's not going to affect us. But yeah, just something to be aware if you're running like active sky or something like that. You know, it will. You can sometimes you want to be making sure that you're running into the wind. All right. So we'll fly over the carrier, and then I'm going to try and attempt to do a proper carrier landing pattern for this little review today video as well. Review tutorial, review tutorial, kind of a bit of both. Alright, so as we can see there, we've got our launch as our recovery configuration, so all the aircraft are crowded at the front. Alright, so carrier approaches. So carrier approaches work very much similar to a normal landing sort of airfield approach, but it involves what's sort of known as a brake. So what we're going to do is we're going to position ourselves south of the carrier, behind the carrier, or south in this case. So the first part you do is you do your run in. Which is essentially you running in just off to the starboard side of the carrier before you start your brake and your approach. So we're going to do this hopefully just under 1,000 feet. There we are. Alright, Nova 24 is on the push. So we cross over the front of the carrier on the brake. So at this point, lost a bit of altitude there. We're going to pop our tail and speed brakes and our hook out. Brakes back in. Lost enough airspeed already, because the idea is that you want to lose a fair bit of your airspeed. We've got our carrier there. So we're going to roll out pretty much almost due south there, as we're going to fly downwind. So we're going to be what we call our dirty configuration. 2-4 beam down and dirty. I've gone a little bit high on this one. We'll extend our downwind a bit. You see, we've got pretty much everything out. Alright, now we're going to turn in 2.4 on the 180. Oop, a little bit late for that call. So you got your ladder there, 2.4 at the 90. Now remember that it's an angled deck, so the deck is not running the course of the ship. The deck is off a few degrees off to the side. Alright, back off on the power. We're a little high. One of the great things about this, and why I recommend using the high definition carrier, is the fact that you get the lights on the carrier work better. So you do actually can actually see the things. So for the moment we're coming in a little low, a little slow. Now remember, carrier landings are a controlled crash. Trap, red deck, red deck. And there we go. We have made it. So as you can see, we've trapped nicely. Now the little bit of a wonky thing there, yeah, you're gonna get that. That's just the way it is, kind of thing. But you know what? It's something different. It's something different, and a lot of fun. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do now we've done our trap. We're gonna taxi back. We're gonna do a launch off one of the waste catapults here. There we are. As I said, got down nice and safe. All right. Now let's get ourselves back online. Alright, so take our brakes off. All the full crew, make sure we don't try and run over any of the guys as we do. Try not to anyway. Alrighty, so when it comes to lining up for a catapult launch, alright, so as you can see here, got that little catapult shuttle there, so that's where we need to get our nose gear. Taxi back down a bit further here before we come back. Alright. Alright. Nearly there. Okay, so what we need to do is you're going to line your aircraft up so it's pretty much in the nose of that. You then want to do shift. So we then want to do shift uniform. So shift uniform lowers the launch bar. So the launch bar is actually what will connect you to the catapult. Alright, so what it also does is it also locks your nose wheel steering, so you can't move. Okay, so that's what we're going to do is now we've got that down, we'll push up a little bit. Now once you've got that launch bar pretty much in line with that little shuttle on the deck, you then press Shift India. Shift India will then lock you into the catapult, raise your blast deflector, and you've got a couple of the little animated guys there appear, including for the guy giving you ready to launch. Alright. And we're going to salute him. Alright. Full flaps. Run up the power. Now you want to be doing this at pretty much max power. Alright. And when you're ready, shift spacebar to launch. And gear coming up. And there we are up and away. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this little tutorial. As I said, this one's just an update of my previous tutorial on this one, just to bring it in line with FSX Steam Edition and just to make things a lot easier with the .NET port. So there you go. You can add other ships and AI models into your AICarriers experience if you do find some more. There are plenty available to download and grab if you do find them. So yeah, always interesting things to land and find on new carriers. But yeah, this is the pretty much stock standard ones, and a lot of the other add-ons used. So there you go. Alright folks, well there you go, that wraps up this little tutorial of getting AICarriers 2 and the .NET modification for it, and of course the HD versions of the Nimitz and the Eisenhower into your FSX. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these and want to see more on the channel. And of course, as always, don't forget you can always catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.